My sister Diana and I grew up pretty close. We have a 1 year age gap, and she was my best friend. As an older sister, I served as her role model. I also took the part of looking over her whenever our parents weren't around because they were out of work. I do care for her, I do. I showed her nothing but goodness because I love her so much. When we were kids, I would give up everything for her. Even when it comes to toys, I would adjust to her tantrums and I would give way for her. I would gladly give everything that I have for her because I just want to see her happy. Even though there are times that she would act spoiled, I still understand her because I'm the older one. I just want what's best for her. Our relationship started on good terms. We were pretty much close as we grew up together. We would share each other's toys, clothes, and food with no hard feelings. But everything changed when we became teenagers. I was a big fan of a famous school band, and as an adolescent, of course, I was one of those hardcore and diehard supporters. I was present in every concert, I bought every merchandise that they sell, and I purchased every single album that they released. This is how dedicated I was. And I was also very vocal about the admiration that I have for the band's lead singer. He was our senior, and I was smitten with him. I got a huge crush on him, and I even have a big poster of his picture on my wall. And it happens that my sister got a crush on the same band member, and I was so shocked because she was so angry at me. And I believed it kicked off her lifelong grudge and hatred towards me. It seems like she was competing with me in almost everything, even with boys. I could still remember that heartbreaking scenario where I completely didn't recognize her as my sister because she was so angry at me that she almost hurt me. I was sitting on my study desk doing my modules when she barged into my room and immediately went to my cabinet containing all my merchandise. She kicked it, and all of the albums and merchandise fell to the floor. Aside from that, she also ripped the big poster I have of my band crush, and she ripped it completely apart. I was so shocked by what she did that I stopped her immediately. "What are you doing?" She pushed me to the ground and tried to grab my hair, but I blocked her. "What is wrong with you, Diana?"
You're a snake. You're a traitor. That band member is my crush. And you want to steal him away from me? You're such a headache. All you do is steal everything from me. You're a whore.
She grabbed my hand and I tried to stop her, but she didn't even flinch. Her grip was so tight that I even felt my scalp getting out of my head. That is the right way to describe the pain. And what's even more painful is that she's my sister. I used all my force and pushed her away, and she stumbled to the ground. She was so angry at me. "I was just admiring him, Diana. There is nothing wrong with that. Why are you so mad?" She slapped me again, while her eyes were fuming with madness.
You're such a slut. You even tried to flirt with him. He is mine. I liked him first, so stop going my way.
I could feel the tears forming in my eyes. My face is numbing from her intense slap. It pains me to see her acting like this towards me.
Do you understand?
I shook my head, controlling my emotions. Diana, I'm your sister. Please stop this."
From now on, you're not my sister. You're my mortal enemy.
She kicked my legs and I screamed in pain.
If I ever find you squealing over that band member, I will destroy you. I will smash you to the ground, whore.
My heart started to beat fast as I heard her screaming those things at me. I don't even know her anymore. She is not my sister. From then on, we grew apart. She became so distant towards me. She doesn't respect me anymore. She hates me so much that she doesn't even acknowledge me as her older sister. Diana kept on making my world miserable in school and at home. She bullies me, and she could even get away with it because she pretends to be good and kind to me whenever our parents are around. But if they're not with us, her insults and disrespectful words keep lingering in my head. Our broken relationship worsened as the years go by. But my love for her remains because despite everything I know, she is my sister, and my hopes are strong that one day we can restore our relationship once again. But little did I know that when I started dating right after college, everything became worse. I won't deny that my boyfriend, who became my fiancé Theo, was very handsome. He was a heartthrob. I know that it is not important to look good in the physical appearance, but I know that my boyfriend has the looks. Many girls are after him. But he courted me and I fell in love with him. We dated for almost 2 years until my sister discovered our relationship. I brought him to our vacation and there he was able to meet my family. And I'm not a fool when I say that I didn't notice my sister drooling over him. She was so smitten with him that she even gave me roll eyes and side eyes. And what's more pathetic is that she always stood next to him and would intentionally talk to him while laughing with some hint of touching. I tried to compose myself. I know that she is doing it on purpose to annoy me, but I just focused on our relationship. I trust my fiancé and I know he won't do something terrible that could ruin us. However, everything changed when suspicions crept inside me. I was with Theo on his monthly therapy. He was diagnosed with PTSD due to a traumatic car accident that affected his mental and emotional state. I promised him that I will always be by his side whenever he undergoes his therapy sessions. But that time was a little different. He kept on checking his phone and texting someone. I asked him who it was, but he would just answer me with a straight nothing. But I'm not dumb to believe him right away. I knew he is doing something behind my back. So when it was his time to talk with his psychiatrist, I got his phone and surprisingly, he changed his phone password. It was a red flag because he never changed his password ever. But maybe I was just being delusional and I realized that maybe he just wanted to have some privacy. And I respected it. But just as I was about to return his phone in his bag, the notification beeped, and my curiosity drove my next move. I turned it on again and I saw a message from my sister saying, "I miss you." I could feel my heart breaking in so many pieces, but still, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was in a different context when she texted it, but her actions towards him were straight out flirtatious and I'm heavily concerned about it. I wanted to confront them so badly, but I don't want to resonate any bad energy right now. I just want to have peace. But things got worse again during my birthday party. It was the time that Theo proposed to me and I said yes. It was supposed to be fun and romantic, but after the proposal, I saw my sister clinging to her to-be brother-in-law and I was fuming. At that moment, I was oblivious to everything about their real deal. My fiancé and I were good for 2 months after the engagement, but the succeeding months became too difficult. We started to have multiple fights and arguments that always ended up in toxic behaviors and actions. I never thought that my life would take such a dark turn, but I refused to be a victim in my own story. My sister Diana and my fiancé Theo had shown me the true extent of their betrayal. They thought they could crush me, but little did they know that I was about to rise from the ashes stronger than ever. After a long night of exchanging hurtful words, Theo walked out of me and left me alone in my apartment. I tried to contact him the next day, but there were no signs of him. He didn't text me back or call me at all. But my sister called me unexpectedly, so I answered it right away.
Hi, I just want to let you know that I got your man. He is mine now. Bye, loser. Enjoy your boring life.
My heart almost froze. Her mocking and flirtatious voice resonated with my entire body. I could feel my hands shaking rapidly. I couldn't believe what I heard. She then ended the call immediately. When Diana called me a loser on that fateful day, her words were like fuel to the fire burning within me. I was done being the one who suffered in silence. It was time for me to take control and ensure they faced the consequences of their actions. She didn't know how fragile Theo's health was and that I was the one sustaining his therapy through financial assistance. So, with a resolute determination, I made the calculated decision to cut off all medical assistance to Theo. His health began to deteriorate rapidly, just as mine had when they ran off together. I watched as their world crumbled, knowing that they were reaping what they had sown. But this wasn't just about revenge. It was about reclaiming my power and loving myself fiercely. I refused to let their betrayal define me any longer. The wounds they had inflicted on my heart were deep, but I would not allow them to scar my spirit. After a month, Theo contacted me and asked for help by contacting me.
Chloe, I need your help. I know I've made some terrible mistakes, but I have nowhere else to turn.
My heart was beating so fast as I heard his voice once again. Theo, after everything that has happened, why should I help you? You ran away with my sister. You betrayed my trust.
I know, Chloe, and I can't apologize enough for what I have done, but please understand, I am in a desperate situation. I have been attending therapy for my PTSD, but I can't afford the expenses anymore. I can't work, and I need treatment to heal.
You expect me to believe that? After all the lies, the cheating?
I'm not asking for your forgiveness, Chloe. I don't deserve it, but I'm asking for a chance to make things right. I know I hurt you, and I'm truly sorry. I'm paying the price for my mistakes every day, both physically and emotionally.
It's hard for me to trust you, Theo. You were the one person I thought I could count on, and you shattered that trust.
I understand how you feel, Chloe. I wish I could go back and change everything, but all I can do now is work on myself and try to become a better person. Therapy is a vital part of that journey, but without your help, I won't be able to continue.
Theo, I still care about you. Despite the pain you caused, a part of me wants to see you heal. But can I trust you this time?
I can promise you that I won't make mistakes again, Chloe.
And then I realized something. I will help him, but I will seriously hold this against him. I will use this opportunity to plot my revenge. All right.
Grateful that you're even willing to consider it. I'll do everything in my power to prove that I'm worthy of your support. Please, don't tell your sister.
I ended the call and I didn't allow him to speak any further. With that, my revenge was finally plotted. As he begged for my help, his desperation seeping through every word, I felt a twisted sense of satisfaction. They had believed they could use me, manipulate me, and discard me, but I was no longer the vulnerable woman they had underestimated. Instead of extending my hand in compassion, I chose to show them the cold truth of their actions. They had shattered my trust and destroyed our relationship, and now they would face the consequences of their choices. They would come face to face with the pain they had caused me. For 2 years, I supported his medication while they were living together. And all of this was hidden from Chloe. One day, as I was shopping for some clothes, I stumbled upon my sister and her arrogant face was evident immediately.
Oh, look who it is, the loser herself, Chloe, still trying to pretend like you matter?
Diana, please, let's not do this.
Don't tell me what to do, Chloe. You've always been so pathetic, thinking you're better than everyone. Well, newsflash, you're not.
Diana, I don't understand why you're doing this. We're sisters.
Sisters? You were never a real sister to me, always stealing the spotlight, always getting what you want. Well, not anymore. I finally have something you can't take away from me.
Diana, Theo wasn't something to be won or stolen. He was supposed to be my fiancé, the person I loved.
Loved? Please, Chloe, you were just a convenient option for him. I could see it from the start. He never really cared about you.
That's not true. We had something real, something special.
Spare me the fairy tale, Chloe. Theo told me everything. He couldn't stand you. He despised being with you, and now he's mine.
How could you do this to me, Diana? How could you betray me like this?
Betray you? Do you think I care about your feelings? You've always been the favored one, and I'm tired of living in your shadow. Theo sees me for who I am, unlike you.
I care for you, Diana.
Care? Oh, shut up, loser. Just admit you are nothing but an unfortunate, ugly loser. Theo is mine. You're a snake, bitch.
She pushed me, and I fell to the ground. I was humiliated as the people around were staring at us. I clenched my fist and swore that my revenge should be in place by now. I cut off the medical assistance I have for my ex-fiancé, and after a month he came begging for help again, but I didn't respond to him. Then I heard that their relationship became shaky because Theo wanted help, but Diana couldn't afford it. They were in constant fights and arguments. Now they are the ones suffering. While revenge may not be the answer for everyone, it was the path I had chosen. I had every right to protect myself and to reclaim my sense of self-worth. The fire that burned within me was fueled by a newfound determination to love myself unconditionally and never allow anyone to take advantage of me again. As I turned my back on them, a newfound strength surged through my veins. I walked away from their pleas and their brokenness, knowing that I had taken back the power they had stolen from me. Revenge may not heal all wounds, but it brought me a sense of closure and justice. In the aftermath of their downfall, I focused on rebuilding my life, embracing my worth, and surrounding myself with people who cherished and respected me. I dedicated myself to personal growth, nurturing my passions, and pursuing my dreams without any hesitation or fear. Over time, I discovered that the greatest revenge I could have was to live a life filled with joy, success, and self-love. Their actions no longer defined me. Instead, they served as a reminder of my strength and resilience. I bloomed into a version of myself that I had never known before. I thrived in my newfound independence, embracing every opportunity that came my way. I became a force to be reckoned with, unyielding in my pursuit of happiness and self-fulfillment. As for Diana and Theo, their lives spiraled into chaos, haunted by the consequences of their betrayal. They had lost the person who had once cared for them, the person they had taken for granted. Regret and guilt were their constant companions, a reminder of the pain they had inflicted. In the end, I learned that revenge wasn't about hurting others as much as it was about healing myself. It was about acknowledging my worth and standing up for the love and respect I deserved. And as I walked away, head held high, I knew I had won the battle against those who had sought to break me. Betrayed hearts may leave scars, but they also have the power to ignite an unyielding spirit. I emerged from the darkness stronger and wiser, ready to embrace a future where self-love reigned supreme. In the wake of my revenge, I embarked on a journey of self-discovery and self-love. I surrounded myself with positive influences. With each passing day, the wounds inflicted by Diana and Theo began to heal. Slowly but surely, I refused to let their actions define me or hold me back. Instead, I channeled my energy into becoming the best version of myself. As time went on, I realized that my revenge had served its purpose. It brought me closure and a sense of justice. I no longer harbored anger or hatred towards them. I had reached a point of indifference. Their presence in my life no longer mattered. Forgiveness became my final act of liberation. Not forgiveness for them, but for myself. I forgave myself for allowing their toxicity to penetrate my life and for not recognizing the signs earlier. I forgave myself for any lingering doubts or self-blame that had held me captive. But that didn't mean I forgot. The lessons I learned from their betrayal were etched into my being. I vowed to protect my heart fiercely and surround myself with genuine love and support. I learned to trust my instincts and set boundaries to safeguard my well-being. As I thrived in my newfound strength and self-assurance, my success and happiness served as a constant reminder to Diana and Theo of what they had lost. They watched from afar as I blossomed, unable to deny the impact of their actions. The weight of their betrayal remained a heavy burden on their conscience. In the years that followed, I achieved great heights, both personally and professionally. I built a fulfilling life filled with love, genuine connections, and accomplishments. It wasn't about proving them wrong or seeking validation from them. It was about proving to myself that I could overcome any obstacle and thrive. Occasionally, I would come across news of Diana and Theo, snippets of their lives that found their way to me through mutual acquaintances or social media. Their paths had diverged, their lives marked by their own mistakes and regrets. Diana, once so consumed by her obsession and desire for what was mine, found herself trapped in a cycle of unfulfilling relationships. The void left by her betrayal haunted her, and she struggled to find lasting happiness. Theo, burdened by guilt and the consequences of his choices, faced an uphill battle. The trauma from the accident and the weight of his actions weighed heavily on his shoulders. Embarked on a journey of self-reflection and redemption, seeking to make amends for the pain he had caused. But their journeys were no longer intertwined with mine. I had moved on, and my focus remained on myself and the genuine connections I had cultivated. My heart was no longer tainted by their betrayal, but instead filled with love and compassion for those who truly deserved it. In the end, my story was not defined by their actions, but by my resilience, strength, and unwavering self-love. The revenge I sought had transformed into a powerful catalyst for personal growth. I emerged from the darkness with a renewed sense of purpose and an unshakable belief in my worth. And so I continued to live my life, guided by the lessons learned from their betrayal. I cherished my happiness and prioritized my well-being above all else. I knew that I deserved nothing less than the love and respect I had always longed for. In the end, it was not revenge that defined me, but my ability to rise above the pain and emerge as a woman who had found her voice, her strength, and her true worth.